on Economic Development Tax Policy is being called to order. We will, to give members more time to arrive, we're going to begin a subcommittee, and we'll be hearing one bill today, which would be House Bill 1960. Representative Riley, go ahead and proceed whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. My name is Alex Riley. I'm the state rep from the 134th District, which covers parts of Greene County, the city of Springfield, and the city of Battlefield. Thanks for allowing me to present House Bill 1960 to you today. As promised to the chair, I will be extremely brief because you all are very familiar with this bill already. This is the regulatory sandbox bill. This committee has heard this a number of times over the years. The language in front of you is the same regulatory sandbox language that you all perfected in the Senate last week. With that, happy to take any questions.
Do we have any questions for the representative?
I wish I did, but we have heard this bill several times, so I appreciate you bringing it forward.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone that would like to testify in favor of the bill, please come forward.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. For the record, James Harris, representing the Opportunity Solution Project and Cicero Action, here to go on the record in support of this. As you all know, it's been perfected a couple times, but due to kerfluffles in the Senate, it hasn't made it all the way, and hopefully will this year. With that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Questions for the
Could you define
witness?
kerfluffles for me?
Just the Senate legislative process going awry.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next up in favor of the bill, please come forward.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, Heidi Geis-Bueller-Sutherland here on behalf of the Missouri Chamber of Commerce and Industry. We are also in support of the bill. Missouri is an up-and-comer in the technology sector, and this bill helps encourage innovators in the state.
Thank you for your testimony. Do we have any questions for the witness? Seeing none, thank you very much. Next up in favor.
Good afternoon, Chair and members of the committee. I am Jim Erickson, representing the Economic Development Corporation of Kansas City, Missouri. We are in support of this bill, and like the previous witness said, as a state and specifically for Kansas City as a city that is an up-and-comer in the world of tech and entrepreneurship, we view this bill as a great support to continue that momentum. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any questions for the witness? I'm sorry, could you repeat your name one more time?
Yes, Jim Erickson,
Okay.
on behalf of the Economic Development Corporation of Kansas City.
Thank you. Next up in favor.
Good afternoon. Chuck Pierce, appearing on behalf of Associated Industries of Missouri. I want to go on record in support. I've supported it in the past. Continue to support the legislation. Happy taking questions.
Any questions for the witness? Seeing none, thank you for your testimony. Next up in favor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Nancy Giddens, representing 4 entities in support of the legislation: the City of Kansas City, the Greater Kansas City Chamber of Commerce, the Civic Council of Greater Kansas City, and United We, also in support of the legislation.
Thank you for your testimony. Any questions for the witness?
Thank you, sir.
Next up in favor.
Good afternoon, Senators. Matt Morrow with the Springfield Area Chamber of Commerce, here in support of the legislation as well. I'm grateful for the opportunity to see our state compete for entrepreneurship and innovation in business.
Thank you for your testimony. Any questions for the witness? Next up in favor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. David Overfeld for the Missouri Retailers Association and Missouri Grocers Association for the bill.
Thank you. Any questions for the witness? Seeing none, thank you very much. Anyone else in favor? Anyone that'd like to speak in opposition? Anyone for informational purposes only? Seeing none, Representative, did you have any closing remarks?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. So we are, since we do have a quorum, We're going to go ahead and establish that. Secretary, if you'd like to call the roll.
Senators Brown,
Here.
Esslinger, Beck, Eigel, Fitzwater, Huff, Roberts.
We have established quorum. And I would like to make a motion to go into executive session. Do I have a second? We are in executive session. I move that Senate Bill 1233 be brought before the committee. Do I have a second? This is Senator Moon's bill we heard before break, which authorizes a sales tax refund for certain taxpayers audited by the Department of Revenue. I move that the committee vote do pass Senate Bill 1233. Do I have a second? Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Senators Brown,
Aye.
Esslinger, Beck, Eigel, Fitzwater, Huff, Roberts.
Aye.
By your vote of 4-0, you have voted to do pass SB 1233.
I now move that House Committee Substitute for House Bill 1511 be brought before the committee. Do I have a second? I have a second. This is Representative Murphy's bill that we heard before break. House Bill 1511 deals with the electrical charging station requirements. I move that the committee vote do pass House Committee Substitute for House Bill 1511. Do I have a second? I have a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Senators Brown,
Aye.
Esslinger, Beck, Eigel, Fitzwater, Huff, Roberts. By your vote of 3-1, you have voted to do pass House Committee Sub for House Bill 1511.
I now move that committee take up Senate Bill 1178. Do I have a second?
Second.
A substitute has been distributed, and Senator Hoskins presented this substitute to the committee. This is the Angel Investment Act. I move that the committee adopt Senate substitute for Senate Bill 1178. Do I have a second? All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? We have adopted the Senate committee substitute for Senate Bill 1178. I now move that the committee vote do pass Senate committee substitute for Senate Bill 1178. Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Senators Brown,
Aye.
Esslinger, Beck, Eigel, Fitzwater, Huff, Roberts. By your vote of 3-1, you have voted to do pass Senate Committee Sub for Senate Bill 1178.
I now make a motion that we leave executive session. Do I have a second? Second. With no further business coming before the committee, I now make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second? Second. We are adjourned.